One-on-One with Kickin' It with Rob, with guest author Clarence Frazier.
Yo. Welcome to One-on-One with Kickin' It with Rob. You like that?
Yeah, that was sweet.
I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, appreciate it. That was sweet.
Yeah, no problem. Today we got author, entrepreneur, anything else? I got surprised today that somebody else was doing something I didn't know. I thought I named everything.
Yeah, and artist.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and cologne design. I got my own cologne too. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Clarence Frazier III, people. Now, we've been trying to do this for a minute. We finally got it done. Well, it ain't done yet, but it's gonna get done.
Right.
So,
time. No, I'm just saying the time finally lined up for us to go and link up and do it, make it happen.
Yeah. So if people don't know, Clarence is the author. Well, we said the author part, but he got a book out called Dope Man to Deacon. Read it, real interesting book. Might give you a chance to let people know where to pick that up from too.
Okay.
But shit, we're gonna go into, your life. You know what I'm saying? Based on my research. You know what I'm saying? So, you was born?
Huh?
Where were you born?
Oh, Saginaw, Michigan. Stag nasty, as they say. They call it.
Right. So, growing up, you was real close to your moms, right?
Right.
All right. Can you elaborate your relationship, the closeness?
Well, me and my mom and my dad, we had a real close relationship. I had a 2-parent household, and they was there for every step of, from birth to graduation. That's pretty much there all that youth and adolescent time.
So you got 2 siblings?
Yep, 1 brother, 1 sister. I'm the middle. I got a younger sister, an older brother.
Okay. So based off what I was reading, so you was like the somewhat, or say like the, I ain't gonna say the bad child, but the mischievous one.
Yeah, I was the middle one. I was so-called labeled black sheep. If anything went wrong, I did it. They was to say, "Oh, Chuck did that." They would believe it. Versus if my brother or sister did it, no, they couldn't have done that. Me, it was more easy to believe that whatever they said that I did.
Right. It was just like, yeah, he probably did it.
Yeah. That's what it was.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. So, like, at a young age, you experienced like bad stuff, like crime, drugs, and stuff like that. At what age?
I want to say at age. Well, I would say at age like 5, 6. But at that time, you really don't know what you've seen. But I realized it once I got like 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere up in there, that things wasn't right. But I was liking this what I saw, at that early age.
Yeah, which was the bad stuff, right?
Yeah, which was the bad stuff, the drugs, the pimps, my grandma, bless her soul. She was a pimp, my grandmother, so I was I was shown all that at an early age too.
How old was you when you found out or realized what your grandma was doing? Was you old enough to realize what was going on?
I say when I was probably 13, that's when I realized something was something went right with grandma. As far as like what she was doing and stuff. She always had a bunch of women and stuff around and would tell them what to do. And, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And at that time, when you just a little kid, especially a little boy, you just love being around all of them women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but when I got older, then I was like, wow, I didn't realize. I was like, oh, look, grandma cool.
Right, that's kind of crazy because I never the closest that I known a woman to be a pimp was like a madam at the strip club or something. I didn't know that they like really like Bishop Don Juan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know they did that. That's crazy. So, it's one thing I wanted to ask you. I don't know. I ain't gonna really jump the gun, but it's because you was, I guess you was a teenager or something. I saw in the book about that you really thought keys was keys.
Yeah, yes, I really did. At that age, when you're talking about keys, you don't know anything about no drugs, what a key is, or nothing like that. And they talked about it so much, and that's just what I just thought as a kid that they were talking about key.
Right.
Literally keys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that was funny. So your parents. Oh, my fault. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, so your parents kind of foreseeing you heading down. What age was it when they I know you said you always got blamed, but when they started realizing you was probably going down that road?
I don't know for sure, but I just felt from the 7th grade, 8th grade, on up to like high school, I guess they saw that then from the things I was doing. I used to be shooting dice at school, getting kicked out of school for, a bunch of different crazy mess. And
I'm gonna get into the school part too. Though I got a question for you, so don't go too deep into that.
Okay, yeah. Then as I just got older and older, and then, they would tell me, that ain't your friend. You know how us kids is like, oh, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about, but they do. Parents really see what's going on, but we don't see it until it's too late, before we find out ourselves.
Right. That's probably the only way. It's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? When your parents tell you something, you got to find out the hard way.
Right.
Yeah. So the first time you went to jail, you got caught stealing airpins, right?
Yeah, but I didn't go to jail that time.
Oh, okay. Well, that was your first encounter with law, right?
Yeah, my first encounter with the law. Yeah.
How was that? How old were you then?
I don't know. I probably was about 15. Yeah.
So you went to Doobie High School, right?
Well, that's the name of it in the book. I couldn't use the name.
Okay, I got you.
So I went to Arthur Hill.
Okay, Arthur Hill. So you were pretty popular. Played ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was that?
Played ball. Ball was good. But I was just popular because I just knew everybody. I held conversation with everybody, and and then I guess the ball and then the drugs played into it to make, the person even more cooler or more popular.
Fashion. I saw you dress well.
Yeah.
was basketball like that's something you could have like took that further?
I think I could have took it farther if I pursued it more seriously. I played football too, but I like football more than basketball. And then in football, I had injury, hurt my knee. Then that's when I went and started playing basketball.
So high school, pretty much that's when things kind of like turned bad, right? As far as the gambling and
I ain't gonna say that was bad at my point in time. That's when things turned good before the bad. Yeah.
So tell us about the incident with Larry, with the character Larry.
Oh, okay. Well, me and Larry was gambling one day, and I had won all his money, and I had took a ring. He lost the ring to me gambling as well, and I just teased him all day about it. And then we came to practice that later on after school, and it was so ironic because out of all the teams, he was on the opposite team, and then me and him had to wind up guarding each other. So to just like, fuel a little more, put more fuel on the fire there. And after practice, we wasn't enemies or nothing. I tried to give him a chance to win his money back. And so after practice, we was in the locker room gambling. And he wound up losing again, and he pulled a gun on me, and we fought. Yeah, and the other teammates in there, we never said nothing about it for the rest of our life during the school year or nothing. Nobody told. We just know what he did and what happened. Just us, probably 5, 6 of us.
You ever bumped back into Larry? Like older?
Since then, I probably bumped into him once. Yeah, but it wasn't no, animosity or nothing. It was what's up, this and that. We still didn't say nothing about it, but then we just, like two ships passing kind of thing.
So then your senior year, you had to move with your auntie and the cousin, right?
No, it was after my senior year. After, it was about that senior year, somewhere in there. Yeah. That's when in the 11th, that's when I first started selling drugs in the 11th grade. Then in the 12th, that's when I was moving a little bit more. And then school was out. I still living with my parents. But like I said, I just feel they treated me and my brothers different because he had the curfew. Even though he was older, and I understand, when you're older, he have a longer curfew than me, but my brother, he never liked staying out or nothing like that, but he always would come in early. If he had to be in at 10, he was in at like 8:39. If I had to be in at 10, I was coming home at 12.
Yeah.
And that was the whole reason to be getting kicked out the house, because I guess they got tired of me coming in late. They started locking the door. I had a key, but they had a chain on the inside and the other so I would open the door, but the chain would be on there, so I couldn't get in. You know what I'm saying? Then they would have to get up and all that kind of stuff. Then my father was like, your mother was like, if you come in late and chain on the door, don't even come back. So I was nice that I knew that I was gonna not make it home. I just didn't go home. But then it was still out of the parents' love. They was like, why you ain't come home? I'm like, man, it's like a double standard.
Right.
I promise a chain on the door. If I don't come home, you ask me why I didn't come home. So either way, I was getting a whooping.
Right. So the character, your cousin Fisheye, when you moved with your auntie and them, that's when you got to kind of hustling with your cousin and things got to expanding. And you started hustling out the ice cream truck, right?
Yeah.
So it was you got the ice cream truck. I was about to ask you, so was that like it was good, right? Like it was
it was good.
Yeah.
It was to the fact that I moved in with my aunt, And because my aunt, Fisheye and Taco, they was brothers in the book, them the characters. Real life, all this real life true stuff. They could stay out late as they want to, as long as when they came home, they were quiet, respectable to the home. That's what I was at my house, but my mom just didn't allow it. So I had more freedom. I had more freedom over there to go and hang out, and and do what we do. Now my cousin, he was hustling on another side of town, so that like kind of opened the door up to me to go on that side of town with him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how that occurred. Then I was over with him, then I was on my side as well. But then everybody was like, Chuck, you need to get a job. You need to get a job. So to satisfy people for the summer, I said, I'm gonna get a job and drive a candy truck. So that's what I did. Got a drive the ice cream truck. And
Fat Rabbits, was that later?
Yeah, that was later. That was after the truck. And so I started driving the truck, and I'm like, man, I'm all over town. So I'm just thinking, well, why don't I just, move some rocks off this, some drugs. And then that's what started. And then, it was good because I was the only one doing it in my spot. And, it was something when you have grown people chasing after the candy truck instead of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what happened. Then other dealers caught on to it and, was hating, started doing it too. So that's when I had to just stop. There was too many people trying to do the same thing.
Right. So then I guess you go into business with Lawrence and Lamont.
Yeah. That was after the store. Because after the truck, and then I had to get another job. At that point, I was trying to, straighten some money out and stuff. It was being, so I went and got a job at a clothing store. And then, so at the clothing store, I said, I didn't have time to be in the streets and at the clothing store with hours that they were giving me. So I was just having all the people just come out there, needed whatever, just come out to the store, buy something, and I put whatever it is, what you need, I'll give it to you. And that's how that store stuff happened.
Okay.
Then
So,
after that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
it was the experience. It was the experience you had though, right? When you was dealing with Lawrence and Lamont, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I tried to, invest some money, clean up some money. So I invested in at this point, it was like a beeper store. You know what I'm saying? They sold beepers and phones. And that was brothers. Then one brother was jealous of the other brother. I loaned them money to get things started and, it up and running. And then one brother, wound up killing his brother.
Right.
And still owe him money. If you're out there, I'm looking for you, still holler at me.
So I guess like I think after that or in between somewhere, I think you left and then you went back to your auntie house, right?
Yep, I always stayed over there until I got my own place.
Okay, then that's when you encountered this tragedy of your cousin Fisheye, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Well, what happened with my cousin was, he got killed. He was at a dice party. We used to throw dice parties, and it used to be like, 15, 20,000 in the crib, just among everybody just gambling. And just one day, we had a big party. Everybody left. It was just him and this other guy there, and he, the guy wound up killing him. Murdered him.
Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. Did they ever find a guy?
Oh,
No?
yeah, they found him.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to read the book to find out what happened to him. I'm quite sure you already know.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah.
So then later after that, you end up having some bad luck, or you know, I was going to say, you end up having to go to jail for 9 months, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Like what happened?
What happened was, at that point it was a drought and things were slow, and I was on the west side of town, which then is the west side is like that area was considered, whatever side of town you on, the town that's got the rich, not the rich, but the white folks, and there ain't no blacks over there.
Suburban area, pretty much.
Yeah, we'll say that pretty much. And so just imagine one of those big old Broncos, one of those OJ trucks with the big old. I pulled up on this guy long, had the music banging. And what it was, the guy, he wanted, he would sell TVs, microwave, whatever, you know. And I left and I seen the police as I was putting, I guess the neighbors called the police that I was parked on these people long on my music loud. So I'm leaving and I see a police down and by the time I make it to that police, he ride in front of me and I turn right and get in the back of him. They wound up pulling me over. I didn't have no license. I was driving with suspended license or whatnot. I was driving with suspended license or whatnot. I told him that, you know, I was honest and told him that. He was kind of nice, not nice, but you know, he wasn't mean until the other party pulled up and then he got, you know, he was tough cop. And then I got out the car and we exchanged words. And then they took me to jail for assault and having stolen merchandise, as they say, and, you know, some other charge. And that's how I wound up there. I'm trying to get my screen back big. Can you see me good? Or?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. So you did 9 months where?
Yeah, in the county.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was sentenced 2 to 5, but I got out in 9 because it was overpopulated. You know, there's too many people in there and stuff like that. So, you know, God spared me on that as well.
So you get out after the 9, and then 9 months, whatever, and then you run into something else where it's, I guess, a big everybody gathering, and then a raid happened, right?
Oh, yep. My cousin got raided. Yeah, my cousin had just got out of jail. He haven't been out of jail too long, and he didn't even. I mean, we didn't know what he was doing because he on tether. So you on tether, you at the crib. We didn't expect you to be slanging nothing about the crib, you know. Then we get over there and get caught in the raid, and just how God worked again. Before I went over there, you know, I had like $1,000 worth of crack cocaine. I had it in the bag. You know, some people over there that's want some double ups or something. But when I got there, people was asking, and I was like, "No, I don't got nothing. I'm just chilling. I ain't doing nothing." And I don't know why I was saying that. And we all was standing outside at a dead end, and little ice cream truck, some kind of truck, I can't remember what kind of truck it was, bread truck or something, hit the corner going real slow, and we just standing down there talking. And as it getting closer, and I'm like, I'm thinking I got this dope on me. I don't know who that is. I don't know what's going on. So it's like 2 houses now that close to it, and I'm like, I tapped to whoever was standing next to me, and I asked him, I was like, "Look, don't you look like the raid man?" soon as I say it, they jump out. I immediately boom, shot through the houses and around the garage and threw my drugs over the garage and somewhere by the garage. Then they tackled me. We was fighting with them again. Then put out the gun, put it in the back of my head. I heard a click. Took me in the front. Took me on the front porch. You know, at that time I had 3 pages. Took my 3 pages, pocket full of money. You know, and it was like, gotcha. I was like, I don't know. They took me out, had us all sitting around on the floor. They let all the girls go. They took us in about one. And they took me in there. Police was like, you lucky. I don't even know why I'm sitting up here talking to you. You supposed to be dead in the backyard. When you was, testing with us and my gun. But the bullet jammed. You know, I was like, dang.
Wow.
But he was like, we got you because we found some drugs. And I was like, I ain't had none, so I don't know what to talk about. But the drugs they found, drugs in it wasn't mine. It was mine, you know. And, then that night, that's how I look at it now and say just how ignorant we were. Me and one of my homies, we went back after the raid people left. I was determined to get my $1,000. You know, we went all night until the sun came up, and we couldn't find it. So I said, when I get to heaven, I'm gonna ask God, what do you do with that?
So I guess that right there, that incident right there, pretty much is what made you kind of like switch over to your newfound self, right?
Yeah, that was one of I say it wasn't just one thing. It was like a series of things. That was one of them, you know. And then me being homeless, that was another. Me having a son, you know, that was another thing that I just couldn't have him growing up to be what I was at that point, or being dead or in jail. Okay. So, you know, still be steered wrong.
So how much of that from in between there and I can't say now because you've been doing it for a while, but when did you become, you know, left that alone, find God, become a deacon?
I left the drugs alone, and I want to say was 18 years from 89.
99, about 2007.
Somewhere near, yup. That's when I left alone. Because that's when I became homeless. I had went to school. I said, you know what? I got to leave here. So I could, you know, pay to go to school for some college down in Ypsilanti, Washington. And I went down there to stay, you know. And it was good down there. It was like a superstar on campus. You know, had the cars, the whips. We stayed in me and my partner, we stayed in the nicest part of the place. It was called Lake in the Woods, you know, and that's where everybody down there wanted to stay. So we living in there. We got the nice cars, going to school, fresh clothes. You know, women love to come over to our crib. It was just some unbelievable stuff, man. But we was trying to change that. One of my other partners that was saved, he said, let's go on this trip to Atlanta. They was having some kind of conference down there, gospel conference. And I said, man, I ain't going to that. But I wind up going. And but let me back it up a little bit. Before I went, we was a semester in school. My roommate, my boy, he was like, I'm gonna take a couple semesters off, go down to Atlanta and visit my people. I was like, all right, cool. So he'd been done like a month before me. So about now, let's say a month later, when my man asked me to go down there, I agreed to it and I went. Now, mind you, my roommate, he never told me where he was going. Nothing. He just said Atlanta. So why when I get to Atlanta, I see my roommate. That was crazy. But I seen him working at a store, and I'm like, man, why you down here working? He's just like, well, I just got to get some extra money, you know, while I'm down here. And I was like, okay. But then at this time, I went back across the street to the hotel where the convention was, and I got a phone call from one of the ladies that work at the booth to drive into our apartment. And she was like, they putting all your stuff out on the curb. And I was like, you sure? She's like, yeah, I'm sure. I've been over your house, so I know it's your stuff. They said people out here fighting over your stuff, which most of the stuff was mine, really. And so yeah, I was way in Atlanta while I'm getting evicted, and I couldn't understand that. So I went back across the street to my friend where he was working at, and they said that he was off or whatever. Then I wind up coming back that next day, you know, just to an empty apartment. And, I went to the office that next day, and they said that the rent hasn't been being paid. Now, my boy, he didn't tell me that his mother was sick. He didn't tell me. I don't know why he didn't. We still cool to this day. And he wasn't giving her the money because she was paying. We were giving her the money, and she was paying, you know, our bill, rent, or whatever. But that just didn't happen. And got evicted. Tried to sleep in my car for about almost a month, washing up at school in the sink. And, you know, it got real crazy. And I was going to the studio at that time in Pontiac, and my cousin was like, man, you be driving all this time. Won't you just stay down here at my crib? And that's how I got down to Pontiac, and I wind up staying down there with him, you know, and then getting a job and stuff like that. But off into some whole nother madness at his house. But yeah.
That's for the second book.
Yeah.
For the second book. Man, man, look, I'm honored, man. Like I wanted to interview you because when I read your book, and then, you know, we talking stuff, and I was like, you got a real interesting story, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? That's an interesting story. You turned your life over and doing good. That's great, dog. I'm proud of you too, man.
Thanks, man.
For the people who watching, y'all go check out. Well, I'm gonna put it up here. You tell them where to get it from.
Okay, that's Dope Man and Deacon. You can get it from Cefraz.com. That's CEFRAZ.com. Or you can go to Amazon. I prefer you go to the Cefraz.com though.
Tell them about the other stuff you do.
Okay. Got okay, if you could see that. That's from Cologne, The Player and Me. Then we also got your Cefraz. All that's on the website. And like you said, we had the book, The Dope Man and Deacon. And we also got the hard cover. And Rob holding up the paperback. We got clothes, all that different stuff going on. And that's where you go to get everything right there. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I appreciate it, man. We can do this again.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. All right, man. We gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna send you that video too that I made too. I'm gonna send that video.
Okay.
And when I end it, you ain't gotta leave. You can stay right here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we'll see y'all later, man. Thanks for tuning in, people. See y'all tomorrow. Hold on, we got a comment. Let me catch this comment. Let's see what it is. Good interview. Appreciate it. That's the wife. She said good interview. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
All right, tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Kicking it with Rob. See y'all later.
Kicking it with Rob.